What you doing? I'm the AC, and this is my top 20 list for 2020, and this is going to be my top 20 favorite dreams. I love dreams. Dreams are so weird, and I'm just so fascinated by them. That's why I started keeping them in my dream pad. Yeah, I try to write down my dreams as much as I can, and I even did my whole little dream pad series while I read them. So that's where these top 20 dreams are going to come from. So, here we go. December 10th, 2020. I'm at some big shopping for someone else. I have a bunch of stuff in my arms and go to a register with only one other person in line. I can tell the cashiers they don't want me to be there, but I do not care since I have so much stuff in my arms. When it is my turn, they keep making snide remarks. From what they are saying, I conclude they personally do not like me, or more likely the person I am shopping for. They messy with handling my stuff, but I just brush it off because I just want to leave. On my way out, some woman worker approaches me. I think she is going to give me more crap, but she actually apologizes for the other two and tells me some of my eggs are broken and has some spare to give me. I did not pay any attention to the eggs, but I accept the one she gives me. Now that I am aware of the eggs though, I notice one is still missing. I try looking around for her to see if I can get it, but do not see her. And I wake up. December 8th, 2020. I'm on the side of some mountain and about to be attacked by what seem to be zombies. I have a rifle with a scope, but there are too many of them to focus. I try to flee just as I think I can get away. Some kind of boss shows up and attacks me. I fend it off by blocking with my gun, but eventually I fall off a cliff into darkness. I respawn on top of some building near the top of the mountain. I look out to see a bunch of abandoned buildings going down the side of the mountain. I realize that I am in a video game and being hunted. I immediately hide inside the building when I remember this to make sure no one can see me. I look around and do not find anything. All I have is my rifle. I go into a connecting building and see a door that does not look like it belongs there. It is locked, but I see a hole in the frame with a dismantled power outlet in it. I start to fix it to see if the door needs power. Suddenly a guy pops up on the other side. He said he will help so he can get out of there. I'm suspicious of him, but I do not need his help anyways. When the door opens, he has a shotgun pointed at me, but I charge him right away and knock the gun out of his hands. He jumps out of the way. I came yelling about how he found me and tells to go tell. I realize he is going to tell the boss from before, so I need to get out of this area as fast as possible. I look around what looks like would be a typical gaming streamer's room. I see a window blocked off. I try to clear it, but it feels like someone is coming, so I bust through it. I run away trying to keep cover with buildings, but eventually I end up at the same place as where I originally was. The same scene seems to unfold, but I try picking them off before too many are here. Eventually my rifle freezes up for some reason and I switch to the shotgun. At some point I realize there are not really zombies, but more like the undead from Dark Souls. So I use the same tactic I would in that game. Run away and keep looping around. Everything is going better and then the boss shows up. I'm more ready this time and attack first. Now I'm able to tell that this boss just seems like a normal guy. I hit him and send him flying up, but he grabs me and takes me with him. We are flying around wrestling and I finally get the upper hand. And I wake up. In my dream, I'm on the new fillery, as it's been called in my dream at least. I see everything. I'm the only one here. I somehow got teleported to the new fillery. But in the distance, I can see just groups of people. And as I get closer, I can see they're all working. But it's kind of odd. It's not like the happy, building up a new place in Philly kind of working. It's more of a kind of slavery kind of thing going on. And it's curious to see this kind of darker side. Because you think this new place that's supposed to have nice trees, pizza oven, fields of bacon would be a lot more jolly and not so gloom. It turns out Margot has kind of gotten a taste of this power. Being the sole person in charge after Josh, Alice, and Finn have kind of stepped to the side, not wanting to really interfere with Margot's plans. But apparently it's became essential for Margot to take control because DeLoreans have want to start some land disputes. And it makes complete sense to me that this is all happening. It's kind of what I predicted. You know, you put these two forces, all these Fillorians who were kind of different countries anyways. You have the actual Fillorians, and then you have the DeLoreans. And you can see it. But Margot is ruling with her iron fist. And instead of just taking charge and keeping the DeLoreans in line, she's kind of putting everyone in line. And it's not going great. The other three still haven't been able to get in touch with all their other friends. And all the rabbits are MIA. So I'm just curious as to how I got here. And I spent a lot of time just wandering around, kind of sneaking through these people that are working, trying not to get noticed. And it's not looking great. But after a few sneaky maneuvers, I'm finally able to figure out how to bring the other people that are still on Earth to Fillory. And I wake up. July 12th, 2018. I have ended up stuck with having to help set up for some kind of award ceremony. People keep coming and getting in the way by trying to get into the food and being a distraction to everyone working. I finally get tired of it and manage to slip away. I go meet some dude to help me work out. He wants me to use some kind of fancy pad that is supposed to give my sit-ups better posture. But I cannot figure out how to adjust it. Turns out he does not know either, so he goes off to find out how to. I get tired of waiting for him to come back, so I decide to just go to the award ceremony. I do not pay much attention to it. I do not even know what it is for. Afterwards, everyone is gathering outside waiting for a different to be ready for a party. But they pretty much start outside. I join but do not really mingle any. Eventually everyone starts to make their way inside, and as I get closer I start to get a bad feeling. And I wake up. July 16th, 2018, there's some kind of marching band event going on, and I'm with the group to watch it. As we get ready to go, I keep running into an ex somehow. Although I don't mind it, I still act like it is coincidence, which it is. We don't talk at all and just go about whatever we are doing. At the event, we start walking to our seating. I see another familiar Girl Scout in the area for certain coordinate points. I go with her to help, but end up falling behind the rest of the group. We hurry along, but at this rate, we'll be late for the event. I have to use the bathroom and tell her I will help finish right after. I end up taking too long than I expect, and she is already done. I get seated right as the first band is about to start. I also end up by my ex again. During the event, there is some kind of security issue that comes up. The girl from before and I go to fix the problem. I take the lead in trying to enter info into the security system, but at this point I'm pretty drunk and keep messing up. There is no way for me to fix my mistakes and end up setting off a self-destruct sequence. The girl takes over to try to change what I did. Somehow she is able to turn what I put into a fake delivery at a random hospital. With everything settled, we take a breather. I find a note by her asking something like about what I think. She claims she doesn't know where it came from. I'm still drunk, so I'll write some stupid answer. She wants to see what I wrote, but then I quickly sober up. When she starts reading, I take it away and erase what I wrote. I about rewrite something, but then I decide to tell her how I feel about her to her face. And I wake up. September 1st, 2016. I am president, and for some reason still in my college drumline. My second term is almost over, and there is a lot of talk about upcoming election. I have to go to drumline practice, but I realized I have not had any fun as president. I go look for my staff to tell them Selena Gomez, to come sing at the White House before she quits singing. They tell me I have to do it myself, but I have no idea how to. I end up just going to drumline rehearsal, but since I am late, I don't get any good parts. And I wake up. July 3rd, 2016. Something is coming, and I'm at my house in Virginia, packing as much as possible, getting ready to head south with a few people. We set off driving through the woods with no idea exactly where we are going and end up in an underground kingdom. We free all the slaves and leave. We continue underground, but when we finally get back above ground, we are in California. We went too far west when we intended to go through Texas to Mexico. We take a break to figure out what to do and end up fooling and partying with some people. I am drugged and see weird things. We are sobering up and the fun is dying down. I realized the place we were at was a trap for everyone there. Beams start shooting out that immobilize everyone, but I seem to be able to avoid them. The building starts to change, and I see others with motorcycles outracing the beams and saving everyone. I jump around to stop the beams and lead everyone back outside. We never saw who laid the trap. And I wake up. July 6th, 2018. There is a huge Fortnite VR competition going on, and I am doing awesome. I'm just trying to survive it, but even so, I end up taking out some big name players. Eventually, I am attacked by someone who can also use magic. I take them down quick enough, yet I do not kill them. Instead, I make her my ally. It shows the last handful of players left, and all of them are well known, and it appears some can also use magic. Suddenly, I have to get out of the game because of an intruder in the real world. One of my brothers was also in the competition and surprised I'm doing so well. Us plus another brother look and figure out there's a zombie downstairs. We look for a while, but then we are starting to feel like we are on drugs. We pretty much forget what we were supposed to be doing and start fooling around. I find a huge slab of ice in a freezer and we decide to go outside to smash it. My first brother lets me know we both ended up dying in the game due to inactivity, which I figured would happen. Once we are outside, I look for a high place to throw the ice from, and I wake up. May 27th, 2016. I'm on a journey to find this magical that's supposed to give you unbelievable power if you reach the top. First, I need to find information and certain items I think will help me find and get into the place. To do this, I have to visit many dangerous places, each next one even more dangerous than the previous, but I get what I need and even have more people join me on my quest. My search seems to come to a dead end when we get to a place where every path we take leads to the same spot on a beach. People start to get tired of this and start to turn on each other. The group is divided. One tries to attack my part of the group. We drive away, plowing through things off a given path as they chase us. We end up at this huge building and it turns out we are at the place I have been searching for. We go in, weird things happen. I think I figured the building out, but the others are too scared to do anything. Eventually we get comfortable with the building to where people never want to leave or think it would be possible to leave whenever they want, but I'm not so sure. And I wake up. July 9th, 2018. I'm kind of in a panic state of mind and I am all over the place. There's a lot of things going on all around me and I'm only able to keep up with a little bit. I remember meeting some people by the fire trying to play music. I try to show them up with bongo playing, but they do not get my classic background in music, so they are not really impressed. I end up at a concert hall, but not my serious and unprofessional way of playing and performing is not accepted in here, even if I have friends. My style does not belong anywhere, which is fine until it causes me to lose my friends as well. Specifically, 2 friends that completely blocked me from their lives. Now I end up all alone. And I wake up. July 10th, 2018. For some reason, my mom is really worried about all her kids not having some kind of sex protection or birth control stuff. She goes to the doctor to get some, but she is told we are old enough to worry about it ourselves. Some friends and I go on a condom hunt that one of us hid a bunch around. After finding a woman, a friend, and I both are interested and shows up to stay, she will make a decision that night. She ends up chasing me and meets me at a friend's place I'm staying at. She wants to start going at it right away, but I tell her she needs to let the other guy know her choice because I respect him. She agrees but doesn't, and we start making out. The friend's still around somewhere, so it seems weird, but I ignore it and continue. Later at night, there is a huge crash sound, and I run to the window to see a big armored van rammed into the side of the house. Everyone wakes up, and I tell them to hide, except my friend who needs to help me fight. I go downstairs to confront them, but do not see them. I grab a wooden beam and pipe from the rubble for protection and go back upstairs. The bad guys finally come to attack. We fight for a while without anyone being killed, and the others have not been found. One guy is about to find him, but I stop him just in time. Then a leech comes from nowhere and kills him. Leeches infect the whole place, but they are too small and hard to kill. I figured the only way to kill them is to set the place on fire and evacuate everyone. I run to a room while trying to fight off the leeches to get stuff to start a fire, and I wake up. November 24th, 2019. A group goes to this haunted house we heard about to see if it is real. The house seems creepy, but nothing makes it seem haunted. One guy who seems to be a teacher goes upstairs to find a machine we all hear starting up. He finds it and has no idea what it is. He is about to turn it off, but finds a selection screen for the effect radius. It goes from the world, the country, town, the house, and then the president. He selects the president and then purposely turns it on instead of off. Downstairs, I have been wandering around alone for a while, until I finally find another girl. She says she has been lost at the house for days, but I say we have only been there for maybe a couple hours. She says time has been affecting people differently, and I get that something weird is happening right now. I say we should have some kind of code so we know we are our actual selves, but she says that is dangerous because if the ghosts or imposters catch on, it will make things worse, which I agree. Suddenly she goes silent and just starts walking around. As if I'm possessed, I get up and follow right behind her. We walk outside to where a few other guys are standing around. Another guy strung up in a tree. We get out there just in time to see them set that guy on fire. The girl continues wandering off and disappears into the woods, but I stay put. One guy that seems like the leader of this little group, and who I never get along with, starts yelling nonsense. Out of nowhere, an electric ghost thing materializes, and we do not know how to react. Suddenly, it shoots bolts of electricity and disintegrates most of the group. The leader runs around to the back of the house, which gets the thing's attention, but it does not move. It tries shooting him, but cannot reach with the house in the way. That guy keeps hiding until he finally runs away after a long while. He gets to a point that is the corner of a high security fence and a huge government style building. He finds an opening to squeeze and gets out. There are a few people that shoot at him and miss. He continues running away until he finds a safe spot with toys. It goes back to me, and as soon as a ghost thing got distracted, I see the teacher guy run away. I take off at full speed and come to save the same spot the other guy will get to later. I climb the fence and then up the side of the building. As soon as I try to leave, I get surrounded and shot at. I continue climbing stuff to keep the shooters under me so their shots are blocked. I am on the run for a long time, just running and jumping from building to building. Eventually I find this huge pallet of merchandise that is as tall as a building. I dig down into it to hide. It actually works, and I lose the pursuers. I hide here for a long time and think about everything that has happened. Apparently my group was tricked into that house that is actually on an experimental government site, and it was actually the government doing experiments on us that was causing us to go crazy. I realized they must be after me so their secrets do not get out. After a while I think I am safe enough to leave my hiding spot. I end up going to a symphony hall. I am careful not to draw attention, but there seems to always be someone watching me. Eventually I accidentally make eye contact with people that recognizes me. They start to chase, and then some old Asian woman that were watching me earlier says they will help me. I follow them to their car, and the other people catch up. Apparently, they all know each other, but are no longer on the same side. I also recognize one of my college professors and tell him I am probably not making it to class in a while, which he understands. We hurry and drive away. They say I can stay with people they know, but I tell them I do not want to get anyone else involved. We drive past my hiding spot, which is now discovered and being taken down. They keep driving to wherever. Suddenly, I am on a bus of all the people from before. The one guy I did not like is talking about everything that just happened, but he says it is a movie. I mention stuff I remember, but he tells me not to spoil anything. The bus we are on is stuck in traffic, and I urge it to keep going, which it does. Everything feels weird and wrong now, and I wake up. January 8th, 2020. There is a group of us hanging out in this huge store. There is also a physically well-endowed woman who keeps doing things to make me accidentally grab her endowments. Okay, she acts like she does not realize she is doing it, but then she becomes very flirty. Then our group realizes we can become invisible to other people in the store. We go throughout the store goofing off and just messing with people in dumb ways. After a while of doing that, we all end up back together. We're trying to figure out where we should go eat. We cannot decide anything, so we decided to just go eat at McDonald's since we are already gathered in front of one. Except most of the group wants to go to another one that I think is better. I tell them that is ridiculous since there's one already here and it's better anyways. They go to the other one anyways, and I end up by myself. I mindlessly roam the store without ever going to McDonald's. I do not know what I want to do. The rest of the group at the other McDonald's realized I was right. The place was super crowded and all of the machinery was messing up, so the food was not cooked correctly. I leave the store eventually and end up at my college's music building. I wander around there for a while, just remembering the good times and then trying to figure out where I wanted to take my life next. I realized even though I had friends move to Hawaii like I did, I still never see them. I run into a couple people talking about their research. They are about to go get food and invite me, but I tell them I will just meet up with them later. Before they go, one of them asks me about a paper from the other person that I received rewarded, but I do not remember the paper, but I play it off like I do. I realize I need to work on my own research and end up back home. I'm surprised to see the two people there eating and watching a movie. I look for food, and I wake up. September 8th, 2015. I go to the hangout and check out chicks. All the people from my high school town band are there, and it turns out they're having a party. They are wondering how I knew they would all be there, and it is just a coincidence that I am. I leave and drive past a girl and another group of people. I stop to talk and decide to go out to eat. I end up walking through alleys alone, pushing a shopping cart, looking for a bar with good. I think I finally found one, but give up on it and instead go to some rich guy's party. I get there and see this is super rich with a giant house, his own servants and everything. A party and drink all night, and I forget my original goal that day was to pick up chicks. I wake up the next morning and people are already wanting to start partying some more. I decide to look around the house to find any chick that may have stuck around. After flirting with numerous girls, I go down to the basement where the staff stays and see one girl who is absolutely adorable. We talk a little and get close, and I about kiss but don't. It is a good thing I don't, because right after I learn most of the staff are high school girls, including her, which explains her cutesiness. December 28, 2015. It is the middle of a zombie apocalypse and I am with a couple of people looking for a secure place. We are in this building and I am checking every nook and cranny of the place to make sure there are not any zombies. While I am doing this, the rest of my people hear a commotion going on outside. They go to check it, and when they come back, the family are with me. My uncle is bleeding, but he says he just got cut up some while fighting the zombies, and that is not a bite. More people come in, and that seem to be friends of theirs, and everyone starts to relax and celebrate. I try to warn all of them that we haven't finished completely checking the house yet, and that it may not be safe. They ignore me, decide to play poker in a side room, and I have not checked it yet. I rush in there while they are setting up to check it out first to make sure it is okay. Some people start to help me, and we are about to check the last door. I knew it was in the room, but it was gone. The door somehow moved to the right adjacent wall, behind a curtain. We feel an ominous presence coming from the door, but we know we have to see what it is. I reach out to the door, and I wake up. October 11th, 2020. Some kind of event is being set up, and I am helping. I'm supposed to be helping with music stuff, but I am instead just setting up random displays. There's one little display that amuses me the most, a little dino standee. I set it up on the outside of everything else, just so everyone can see how cute it is. While busy doing other stuff, I notice it keeps falling down. I do not think much of it at first because it is not very sturdy to begin with. Eventually, though, I realize there is a group of guys playing basketball and getting in people's way, and one of them keeps knocking down my dino. I scold the person a bit, but go on my way while carrying my dino to flaunt it around elsewhere. I pass by the guy again, and when I am not paying attention, the guy tries to drop a bowling ball on my head. I barely step out of the way, and when I try to retaliate, people stop me and get mad at me. I try explaining what the guy just did, but no one believes me. Instead, the guy slams the bowling ball to the ground and says even if it hit me, it would not have done anything to me. Everyone just seems to ignore the 2 dents in the floor, and no one believes me. I get mad and refuse to help do anything. Really, I just terrorize and be as rude as I can to everyone there. It gets so bad my mom tries to stop me, but I tell her off in the meanest way I can for not believing in me and taking everyone else's side. She locks herself in a room, obviously depressed. I go sit in my car thinking about leaving everything behind. Instead, I decide I am going to go back in and destroy everything. When I go in, my stepdad is waiting for me. I can tell he is about to scold me for what I did to my mom. So I explain everything that happened to me before he can say a word. I show him the 2 dents from the bowling ball, and my stepdad finally believes that the other guy really was trying to hurt me, and I wake up. July 24th, 2018. 2 of my friends have big positions at some kind of place, and I happen to bring my drama to them. 2 of my exes are trying to get back with me, and it is great at first, going back and forth between the 2 of them. Eventually it gets serious, and they each want to be an official couple. I end up hiding, not wanting to make a decision. My friend gives me a letter from one of them, but does not tell me who. After reading the letter, I decide it is only right to go and meet them on the road by my friend's office. At his office, the other friend is waiting to show me through the window. One of my exes is the one waiting for me. We talk about us, and I go to be with her again. We go to happily leave the road, but as we do, I realize this is not what I want, and I made a big mistake, and I wake up. December 15th, 2015, Part 1. I have the power to control colors. It starts off with just making ribbon-shaped fireworks by shooting a color up into the sky. Then I could put colors into things by touch. Finally, I could completely change the color of things however I wanted. The more I use this power, the stronger it gets, and the more I can do with it. Eventually, I'm powerful enough that even gods are cautious of me. Part 2. I am being straight up badass by killing bad guys and shooting them in the face and stuff. Then some zombies show, but they are really hard to kill. I find a disc that can turn them into humans. The transformed humans tell me if I can run straight, I will get to a place that can fix everything. So I just run, and they come with me. I run through about a lot of crazy and weird places, And as I do, I turn as many people back to normal without stopping to running. Eventually I get to the end and it turns out the whole thing was a game I beat in one try. Then I chill in a library, flirting with girls for a while. When I leave to go back to my hotel, a bunch of shops are supposed to be closed because of what happened years ago. I get to the hotel and weird things happen. And I see weird things until I get to my room on the very top floor. And I wake up. December 4th, 2015. It starts with one night that I'm wandering around. I see a group of people hanging around, but I also see a girl sitting alone. I go and sit next to her, and we don't talk for a while. As people start to leave though, we start talking more and getting closer and closer. We progress to holding hands until she is finally laying her head on me as I hold her and gently kiss the top of her head. We aren't talking anymore because we don't need to. We just enjoy being with each other. People walk by us either looking slightly surprised or happy for us, but we barely pay them any attention. Unfortunately, someone needs me for something. I have to leave the girl. Apparently, a zombie apocalypse has broke out, which explains why the town we are in seems abandoned. Scenes cut through showing different groups that I am trying to survive. I end up in a hospital in Virginia. After some time has passed, to get help for someone in my group. As I'm trying to get help, I notice someone in the background watching me while trying to somewhat be unnoticed. When the person comes out to help, I see it was that girl. I'm surprised to see her in Virginia. The girl says she has been trying to find me, but got stuck helping at this hospital. I'm so happy and excited to be with her again, and I hug her and don't want to let go. We have to be professional though, so all we can really do the rest of the time is pass each other little smiles as we both have to get back to work. Then I wake up. August 31st, 2015. Something bad is happening and my friends and I are slowly figuring out what it is. We are trying to tell the president what we found out and he is interested in listening, but other people working in the White House are doing everything they can to keep us from him. We struggle to find a way to him, but in the process I get trapped in a room and knocked out. I wake up 3 weeks later with everything around me now in ruins, and I am found by one of my friends. Apparently the people protecting the president are part of the conspiracy, and are now hunting down my group to avoid becoming exposed by us. While leaving the ruins of the White House, I listen to which of my friends have perished and which are scattered in hiding. Afterwards, we drive to the area we all grew up in, and I see it is mostly abandoned as if everyone just disappeared at once. We arrive at a skating rink. I never remember being there before, but this seems to be the secret hideout for a couple members of our group. I walk into the building and start to look around, and I wake up. So, there you go, my top 20 dreams. You may have noticed the first two I said were actually new dreams. Yeah, I didn't want to make a whole separate video, so I'll just include them in this list. And yeah, just let me know what you think. Do you like dreams as much as I do? Are you as fascinated? What are some of your weirdest dreams? Go ahead and let me know. And if you like hearing about my dreams, seeing all these old videos and reminding myself of old dreams, go ahead and say whatever you like. But if you did like it, like the video. If you want to see me do more of my 20 top 20 lists, go and subscribe to my channel. You can see when I do all that. But until next time, I'm the AC. Thank you for watching, and bye.